When there is no more room in hell, the Greg shall walk the earth. Hello, my sweet. It's that time again. Bee-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Well, holy shit, look at that. That popped up real quick. It's like today's ready for us to get shit done. I'm ready for it. I don't know about you, my sweets, but I'm ready to get shit done today. Alrighty. So, what have I gotten done? 1 second, I will show you. Are you ready, kids? Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Ah, shit, I can't pick that up. So I'm gonna do this one where I kind of like turn a light on over here. Blow. And I kind of show with the camera who lives in a basement in Kentucky. Me. That's good, Possum. So let's see if you can see these. Yeah, all along this wall. So these are, well, I'll go ahead and I'll reveal my secrets. This is the tactical objective, secure objective 2, taken hold. A vital objective has been identified in your vicinity. You are ordered to hold it at any cost. That's what it used to be, and now it's going to be covered in black paint. So yeah, I have been taking the 441 cards that used to have stratagems and data cards, that kind of stuff that you know, you use for the Warhams. And I have been repurposing them because I'm never going to be able to use them again because they are from older editions, that kind of a thing. I had numerous boxes. Yeah, that's the thing, is when you support a game and you buy all the stuff to play it, and then the editions change like every 2 years, 3 years. It's every 3 years now. You got to do something with those cards because they're never going to be used again, apparently. So I've decided, hey, I should use them. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do was to have more bespoke, like personalized kind of cards. Anna, or Anna, of Gardens of Hecate, or Hecate, however you pronounce it. I believe it's Hecate, according to her. I always said Hecate, but I also said prescience instead of prescience. So what do I know? Anywho, so I am taking those. I'm trying to, I'm moseying. I'm doing a lot of walking around, Roombaing, as it's sometimes referred. I got a lot on my mind, and I got a lot on the list for things to do today. But what I'm doing with those cards is, good morning, Gardener. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wonderful to have you here. I'm talking about what I did with all these cards. I got a whole bunch of cards that I'm painting. I'm painting one side black. So I'm painting one side black. Wow. And then the other side is going to get this nice cream color. But I am using them while playing Merkborg. Or really for any other. I wanted to have cards that I could use to make playing aids because I think those are really, really useful in helping stay in the game and like thinking, as opposed to having to shuffle through lots of papers. I hate that. The less management, like paper management and organization skills that I need to play a game, the happier I am, and the more that I can like kind of just sink into it. One of the big things that I wanted to do with the Grimdark Distillery, and what I'm trying to show, is I really wanted to have the vibe, like my presentation area, to have the vibe of the Mogwai shop all the way around, where you're like, oh man, this is something that's, it's something and I guess it's the, I'm not trying to say, oh, I want to have a bigger appeal to a broader audience. It's the people that know who I am and they know the kind of artwork that I do, love my stuff for like me, but like I know I have the ability to like talk to people and explain things to them in a way that they can understand. I feel like there's a lot of people that I could reach out to and like, hey, I can show you how to have fun, and you don't need to buy into the corporate bullshit, or sell a kidney or harvest a kidney. Anyway, I like trying to show that to people, show them how they can do things in their own way. One of the things that I really like personally, and I was just talking about that, but blending the game place and the real world with the little area that I've got over there. And this is, again, I'm sure I'm getting distracted and running out half sentence through. I've been streaming for 5 minutes. It feels like I've been going for like 15. So yeah, my brain is just not on. I'm making I'm making a container for every game that essentially, and that's something that I've always enjoyed doing. But I feel like now it actually is going to be like kind of not important, but also it's like, oh, hey, that's kind of a good thing to have, because now it kind of goes in the background of like where I film and looks like it's part of the set, because it kind of is. But I figured I would just show those for just a second. One of the things that I was working on yesterday, and this is not a lot of work, but I removed the little tray. I'm a big fan of this little chest that I've got. I got it at a yard sale. I get all of my great things from my neighbor next door. I buy it when they have a yard sale. This is one of them. I don't remember how much they asked for this, but I want to say it was like 50 cents. And it had like a couple little necklaces and stuff inside. But I really like this little box. I like the fact that it's got these weird little clasps on the side, which make me feel like it needs to be bound, like chained. But this is the little book or little box that I took my tarot deck and my cards for Visterion. I was going to put my whole Visterion crew in here, but after seeing how like the gang would fit, but barely. But like a tarot card actually fits really well, and I'm going to grab one. Man, hey, speaking of tarot cards, here's a whole bunch of Dark Souls miniatures, which I'm going to talk about those too. Oh boy, so many things. So, tarot cards are pretty big. And these are from, I think, Leviathan. I don't really see myself playing this edition. Yeah, tarot cards fit right in there. Pretty fun. It also would hold dice. So that is the natural progression of where I went with it was, I'm going to turn that thing into a dice roller. And I did not film myself doing that because I'm trying to get things done as quick as possible in my suites. And I don't want to go past my time limit. I have like an X amount of time before I have to start making money again, to prove that this is a like valid strategy. But I'm very confident. So this is the dice roller that I normally use. It is a little frame that is probably, shit, what kind of wood is this? I don't even know what kind of wood is in the middle. I'd say it's probably some type of shit. What is that board? It's a whole bunch of small pieces of wood pushed together. Particle board, compound board. It's almost like particle board. A project board. Man, that's going to drive me crazy. It is I've got a bunch of it around here. I'm going to think about it. Here's literally a piece right here. No, that's not. Anyway, that's not important, my sweets. What is important is, at one point in time, oh boy, we're gonna go back a couple of years. I had this box made for a diorama that I was wanting to make. And this will really date how long I've had this piece of wood and how long it took me to fucking do anything with it. I was dating a girl whose dad was really, really big into woodworking. I've been married now for 8 years and with my wife for 11. So the already it kind of sets the tone of how long ago that was. Fuck, I think it was probably like 2007, 2008. Anyway, our dad built this box because I needed a box that was exactly 12 by 12 to do a diorama for Golden Demon. I was going to do a diorama for Golden Demon with a Warlord Titan head that I was scratch building, and a bunch of Dark Angels. And I had transcribed the I am Mag Orok Thraka, on the side of a Warlord Titan. This is I'm a big lore nerd. On the side of a Warlord Titan on Armageddon, that's how they found out about Mag or Thraka. Is he left a big note written on the side of a warlord, and that's how they were like, oh shit, there's a new war boss in town, and it was the war boss. I was transcribing that into orc glyph, which took a long time, but I did do it, and then eventually I think that literally may have been the last year that they had Games Day in Chicago, so that just kind of fell off the thing. And then I ended up slapping a piece of cork board in here. That is where we're getting here. I put cork in here because cork is extremely good, my sweets, at dampening sound. It has I want to say it's a 30 to 50% like sound reduction rate based on like mass, which is pretty fucking nuts from a density standpoint. What that means is pretty much out of your house, you're not gonna, or like out of your like just, hey, I can go and I can buy something, like you can go buy cork at most places. Where was I? We went shopping yesterday somewhere, and they had big rolls of cork, and I was like, what the fuck? They have cork here? Hell yeah. The problem with cork is, and I'll show you this. They don't show you this on the other streams. I get into the nitty gritty. I'll dig around in all my trash, and you'll be like, man, it's cool that he digs around in the trash, but I think he just digs around in trash, and he's doing it to like try and like show us that he likes digging in trash. That's not true. Fuck. I don't know where the cork is. Maybe I do just like digging in trash. Oh, I moved it over here. I'm so sorry. I moved it over here because I was doing the damn thing. I remember now. So yeah, cork. If you buy cork, if you buy it in a roll, unroll it, unroll it, and use it. Or if you're going to store it, don't store it on a roll, you silly gooses, unless you want it to roll. And by that I mean this, like all of the cork that I have is very round because it was stored in a roll for a decade. That's on me, you know, that's on me. What am I saying here? But yeah, so I am very, 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 very anal about certain things. Sound is one of them. I do not like really loud sounds. Well, sometimes. It depends. There's certain sounds that I like and certain sounds that I really don't like. I have sound sensitivity issues. So one of them, though, is a dice rolling on hard wood. Like a dice just rolling, like full bore, no muffler, is like one of those things that I'm just like, dude, you gotta fucking calm that down, or I'm gonna come over there, I'm gonna slap that dice off that table, and then I'm gonna slap that mustache right off your face. But yeah, like that is a much, the cork just makes it so much quieter. So here's where I was going with that. I filled this with a bunch of cork. I cut cork, stuffed it down in this little box, and then I put cork on the sides, and then I painted it black, and then I painted the black parts with black 4.0, which says it's the blackest paint in the universe, and I just disagree. I'm going to throw this out there. I don't really care for Stuart Simple products. I'll say that. I don't care for Stuart Simple's products that I have used. They seem insanely over costed, and I could make it myself probably quicker than they did. Like, if I had 5 to 6 months to figure out how to fucking make black paint by the time it takes them to mail me the paint that they have in stock, you fucked up. Like, that's just me though. And I say that because, again, if you are wanting to buy the really darkest black paint that you can, buy this. Don't buy anything from Stuart Simple. Buy Muswo Black Paint. The Black Market, Koyo Orient Japan Co. Limited. I'm just calling it like it is. I almost had a lot of issues. Like, I mean, honestly, that's for real. Like, a lot of the stuff on my demons, I could not paint. I didn't get to use this because it took them 6+ months to mail this to me. So while I'm ragging on Stuart Simple though, I will show these because the entire reason that I ordered anything from them, and I have not used these. So I will say I will hold back my judgment until, you know, that. But as far as the black, no. And I'm not going to put words in anybody's mouth, but that's not, 4.0 is not the only black that's the case. I think black, was it 2.0? Whatever the very first black that Stuart Simple made was really good, but it was also just too fucking much. It's just an extremely thick paint for what we typically do in our hobby. The Stuart Simple products, like this kind of paint, is not the kind of paint that I would recommend. Now, when you go from, 28 millimeter to like my range of like, I don't know what kind of fucking scale I fuck with. Like, at one point I was like, yeah, I'm a 28 millimeter kind of guy. And it's just like, well, I mean, technically it's closer to 32 millimeter. And then now I just make really big, awful monsters. But at the same point in time, I like making little small guys. I like to make stuff. So, anywho, man, I am so distracted. And also, I got to go put some coffee on. But I think I can talk and do that at the same time. So essentially, those pigments, I got those for my cacophony. Oh yeah, Possum said it doesn't get bad until I get the water. So I will get the water real quick and I'll cover the microphone. I'm sorry, my sweets. Today I'm doing things a little bit differently. Here we go. Hopefully that's not. Oh, sorry if it is. On my way downtown, come on, baby, see my man. I ain't trying to be cool. I'm hanging outside your house, and I said that I would, so you smell all good. I'm just trying to stand outside of your house. Classic Lucero song. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. I can't see the chat right now, but I will say, after talking to my friend Sam about that song, he did only reinforce the idea that maybe I should have legal advice on hand when making anything. All right, my sweets, I'm back. I'm so sorry. So, cacophony, that's what I got those powders for. I got these pigments to essentially splatter all over my cacophony because they're supposed to have just the most intense colors on them because their senses and everything is so fried. And eventually I will go back to that. I've definitely taken a hiatus from GW and Warhammer in general, but eventually I will return. All that said, this is a dice roller that I made. I made this dice roller specifically for what we're going to be getting into, which is how to play games. That is so much quieter. So much quieter. So yeah, got a little dice roller made. It also will hold the dice that I need to roll, keep them all managed and whatnot. That's what these are. And then I was talking about boxes. So I have this box that I got. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. Don't shop there. They don't like people. They're bad. Anywho, I got this from there a long time ago. Back when they only did certain things that really made me dislike them. And now I go in there every now and then, but it's only to like, one, still Milliput. No, I don't still Milliput. I haven't still. I've never used Milliput actually, which is very weird. You would think that I have, because I fuck with so much stuff like that. But Milliput is one of those sculpting clays that I've never messed with. And I think it's because I like epoxy sculpt so much. But anyway, so this box, I changed out the hardware on it. I beat the shit out of it, and I've started adding a lot of little fancy antique little adds to it, and then I'm going to be adding grit to it as well. The idea is this is going to be, and of course, it's got a wonderful little lock. Let me unlock that there for you. I'll get real close to it so you can hear the little click. It's a satisfying little click. I don't know, there's just something good about that. Anyhow, so yesterday I did all those cards. I got that little roller built. I worked on this box, which is going to hold all of my Merkborg stuff, which is another thing I really want with the Grimdark Distillery. I want to not just do things here, but that's a big part of it. Is Under the Dice, Adepticon, events. If there's a place that does events that people are going to be doing RPGs and stuff like that, those are places that I'm wanting to be. That's stuff that I'm wanting to do. So I'm getting into the ability to do that. And I will grab the other boxes real quick just to show them. Obviously, these are not all done at the same time because that would be crazy. But I just need to weather them for the most part. That one needed way more work because it was just a very unfinished box, and I didn't want to destroy any of the fancy boxes that I have. My Bloodborne box. So I have the Bloodborne board game in boxes that look like this, sitting on the shelf, which in my opinion looks very much like something that you would find in an old apothecary's area. So that kind of hit the nail on the head for me. It also looks it kind of really puts in perspective how shitty the Merkborg box looks. I wanted it to look like maybe a fancy lady owned a box at one point in time and it was stolen, and like it got put on a boat and that boat sank, and then a guy found it and he took it and he buried it, and then that guy died and someone else found it, and it was me. I found it. That's the kind of look that I was going for this. Next up, we got Farewell to Arms and Trench Crusade. They are going to get this 50 cal ammo drum box that is going to be weathered, but it is also very good for holding things. All of them I tried to make sure will actually fit the things I want to put in them. That's a key part of it. This needs to be punked up a little bit more, but this is what I actually have all my cyberpunk stuff in, or sorry, cyborg. And eventually it is going to have a handcuff on the side with blood splatter, essentially looking like, hey, don't worry about that, Chum. And then last but not least, I have my mothership box. Yeah. So, essentially just big industrial looking boxes. One Well, at least that one. This one's a little bit more business class. I wanted it to look like some corpo guy was kind of leaving somewhere, and then he probably died, and they took his stuff, and they're going to sell it. That's really the vibe that I wanted to give with my cyborg box. But yeah, so those are things that I've been working on. Why have you been working on those, Eli? Because I am going to be actually showcasing games soon, like the thing that we've been talking about for months, my sweets. So with that said, the first one is going to be Merkborg, because that is like my jam. And I know that one really, really well. And that's one that I absolutely am just confident. I'm like, yeah, I can make people want to play this. So yeah, we're going to go through that one first. And it also is really good because of Forbidden Psalm. Forbidden Psalm enables us to slowly kind of integrate miniatures into our games, to kind of show, hey, that we've been playing role-playing games, just Merkborg. Now let's kind of merge our way into a tabletop game, a miniatures game, if you will, using our same characters, and then just kind of going from there. I really want to show all the different ways that you can engage in tabletop gaming. But yeah, that's big show and tell of what I've been working on. The last thing, and maybe you will not be as excited about them, but I am very excited about them. I just have to add the nails now, and then they're ready for paint. But I have got a pretty good start on Vermouth Christ nails that you just whack. So I got those. Just got to add the nail at the top and then tie it and then paint it, make it look like it's been used to bludgeon people. And then all I'll have left is the helmet. I got to make my helmet for Vermouth. Yeah. So whole lot of stuff, but yeah, whole lot of stuff on there. At this point, I'm going to step away real quick because I think I might need to make coffee. Oh boy, let's see. Da-da-da. Nope. You already did it. Thank you. My wonderful wife made coffee. Never mind. Well, I can still pour it. Man, this is really weird doing this with the mic on. I might have to put the mic down here, guys. That might be a little too much for me. I don't know. Being upstairs, feeling like I'm still going. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to take this off. I'll be right back. I am sorry, Possum. I will be right back. I'm gonna go pour some coffee. Just don't forget to mute when you potty. Oh my God. I don't think I could even do that. I don't think I could go to the bathroom with you all on here. I don't know if I can mute. I'm sure there's a way to mute. There's got to be a way to mute. I'm not going to do that, though. I love talking into it when it's a little fluffy mic, though. It's really good. I'll be right back. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, everybody. My sweets. Do 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 do. Okay, I said that, and then I'm just gonna take this hoodie off. Okay. Ba-dum-bow. Yeah. Uh-oh. Am I still on here? Test. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're Gucci. Gucci mine. What was I doing? I was talking about the sticks I made for Vemet's cosplay. So I made these cosplay sticks for Vemet. I've got to paint them, but yep, these are going to be gold. This part's probably going to be, initially I thought it was going to be like an emerald kind of greenish, like streaked, kind of like marbled. But I don't know. But I've got to finish painting those two. Holy piss! What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh no, friends. Oh no. No, no, no. 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 That is a very, very big brown recluse. I'm going to kill it. I'm sorry. But he's dead now. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I'm not a big, hey, kill things. I'm not big on killing things. Jesus fucking Christ. That huge brown recluse. Like about that big. Like, yeah, that's the downside of Kentucky and the downside of basements. Also, sorry, anyone arachnophobia, didn't need to show you some smashed legs. Couldn't really see much of it though. With that said, so one of the things that I was going to talk about, and I wanted to get everyone's opinion, but I think I've kind of already come to, gotta protect them kitties. Exactly. So on a funny note, talk about KD. There is no one in this house that has a KD rate as high as Margot's for brown recluses. The girl loves killing. She just does. Always has. She's very sweet, but there is just something in there. She's just like, you know, one of my favorite things to do is to take my nice, soft, fluffy hands and slowly pillow fight someone to death over the course of a couple of hours. And it's just like, when you think about that, that is horrifically brutal. It's just like, man, I can't imagine being beaten to death with a pillow. It would take a long time. But Margot's got all the time in the world. And I definitely have come home and seen her just like very clearly just like sitting there, and there's like a spider that's just like, please. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. But she's got, her hands are so fluffy that they can't bite her skin. So it's just like fluff. She just fluffs them to death over time. It's pretty brutal. But yeah, so I've got all these Dark Souls, the board game miniatures. And I'm like, man, I need to do something with those, because I found out, like many people, that the Dark Souls board game was not really a good game. So now I've just got lots of really cool little figures and models. But luckily they are all 28 millimeter or 32. They all fit with the kind of stuff that I mess with. So I think I'm gonna just use them for Merkborg stuff. I think that's where we're at. I think I don't see myself playing the Dark Souls board game like as is, just because of all the issues that I know that it has. And from a standpoint of, oh man, I need to make stuff to use in a game, and also I want to use the stuff that I've purchased, I think that is probably the way to do it. I'm pretty sure that was Steamforged, and they should really have just stuck to Guild Ball. Yes, it was Steamforged. And the models are awesome. Like, I'm happy with all the little bits and stuff, just because I love Dark Souls. But the game itself is not good. They it's like they tried to like capture the idea of like, oh yeah, you know, you go down, you fight a boss, you get the shit knocked out of you, and then you run back and you do it again. It's just like in a game that can be quick. In a board game that isn't. You can't speed run setting up Mousetrap. That's a good idea for somebody out there. I'm not doing it, but make a game. It's like Mousetrap, but speed run. Hive Scum boys, they're the ones that need to be on that. They're the ones that are able to. Man, I almost took a drink of this. I'm over here talking shit about like, oh yeah, don't drink your fucking cup. This is a mason jar. This is a mason jar of black, and I almost drank it. What is wrong with me? I've got too much on my mind today. Oh, I hope you all are doing well. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Whoo boy, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get rolling on this thing and show you guys all the stuff that I have been preparing and making in my head these past months. A lot of it, as far as like the 1490 Doom stuff and the Trench Crusade stuff and the Flames of Orion stuff, we are going to get back to that. It's just a matter of knowing that if it takes X amount of time to make certain things, I need to have them done before time. The Dark Souls TTRPG was also not great, I heard. One of the classes had a piece of equipment they couldn't even use because they didn't have the stats to use it. Jesus. I mean, that sounds right. I have that rule book over here, but I'm going to be honest, I've never even opened it. It was on clearance at my friendly local game store. But yeah, yep, it is a Steamforged Games. Yeah, you can literally tell that I have not opened this book. It is still... Speaking of, I think there's some cool folks playing Flames of Orion in your area. I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's them their Karstic Domain boys. Brian and Clay. The other boys. Johnny boy. Also, I like that at this point that after explaining to people that my bonsai's name is a Johnny, which is spelled A-D-J-A-N-I. And when I say people, I don't mean you all. My wonderful people that choose to like listen to the things I say. I mean the people that I have chosen for some sick reason to like be in my life forever, like my wife and like, you know, Sam, my buddy, the best man at my wedding. I've chosen people like that, and someone else who I didn't. Clay and Shankly. Okay, cool. No, it might have been Brian. It's toe sucking good. Brian made a flyer of something. Either he made it or someone else did, but hot damn, one of my favorite things that I've seen in a while, at least this year for sure, was just a picture of Brian. And I want to say it said KFC because it's the Kentucky something crew, but Kentucky Friend Crew maybe, but God, it's just a picture of him smiling going like this, and underneath it just says it's toe sucking good. And hot damn, I laughed so hard about that. And then I realized, oh, fuck me. Like the entire personality that I have like kind of built unintentionally, tells people that they have an OnlyFans where they show off their horribly maimed feet. And then also is just very vocal about how much they're like, yeah, dude, suck them toes. Like on paper, I'm assuming on paper, everyone assumes that I'm in feet. I'm not. So I just thought I'd clear that up. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. The toe sucking good. And I think it's funny really because, so living in Kentucky, and going to KFC, I absolutely hate saying, could I get some of the finger licking good sauce? That's one of the worst things I've ever had to say. And I've said some awful things. But that's awful. No one should say that. I'm trying to keep an eye on time. So I have a lot of stuff going on today. One of them is a consultation with a doctor who's hopefully going to use a robot to cut me in my bits. So I've got that going on, and I'm trying to keep track of that because that's like in an hour and 10. Man, you know, some days you just wake up and you're just talking to your buds, and you're like, yeah, in a little bit I'm gonna go talk to some lady about a robot, which I have not had the surgery done yet, but I gotta say, I was very particular when I went to go pick who was going to do it. And when the list was a bunch of old men with scalpels and then a lady with a robot that uses lasers, it's a pretty fucking clear answer. Like, you pick the lady with robots and lasers who believes in science. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, everybody, go do your things. Do your things. Have a great time while you're doing them. I'm gonna do them. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Shit, I've got so much to do today. I'm trying to think of where to start. So I need to finish on this box. Which also, I took that box to... Oh, well, before I do that, before I tell you that, I can... we can go over some Merkborg stuff, maybe. Perhaps. I'll show these. I need to show the area that I'm making, but it's not fully done yet. But I do just kind of want to show off these fun little lights that are hanging over there. Gonna be lots of candles in them. I'm trying to make it as much of a, hey, come down to your, someone else who I didn't recognize. Snop. I don't know what snop is. Snop. But yeah. Oh, I didn't show these. There's too much stuff. Fuck. Too much stuff that I'm like, did I show you all this? Did I show you all that? And the whole thing is I'm trying to do it in a way that it feels like you guys are along for the ride, and I'm not just like, I did all these crazy things. I went and picked up these dice. I like them a lot. They're just pretty basic, but these are marbled, lustrous, like ivory, I think, from Chessex. And this is opaque black with gold. Black and gold, baby. So those are the dice that I'm going to be using. And one of the main reasons I did that was because they are very easy to see. When I'm rolling them in here, I wanted something that I could roll very quickly, look at it, and know where to go from there. That's pretty much everything that I am trying to figure out, is how to take Merkborg, which can be played, you know, single player. There's a couple different ways that we could go with it. And I have pretty much made a character, and then I've made two other characters that are going to act as essentially NPCs, and they are kind of there in the event that our main character dies, because it's Merkborg, and that happens. I've come up with a starter mission. I've come up with a pretty solid little dungeon. And now I am just working through how to do the storytelling part of it, and the presentation. The presentation is what I'm working through. And eventually I do really kind of want to get to the point that I have more models and more figures to set a scene even in. Right now, I think it's probably going to be just paper and pencil, just starting out, and then we're going to slowly work miniatures and stuff in there. But eventually, I would really like to have the solo RPG sessions almost like, I would like to have like I can set up a scene. I can kind of describe it, almost like a storybook. I want it to be a story time. But that's really what I'm wanting to do with that. So yeah, I've pretty much, while I was in Florida, was just working on that, trying to get things ready for Merkborg, getting my characters made, working on, that was what it was. That's what I was gonna say with the cards. So with so much of Merkborg being on tables, you're constantly rolling on tables. I really kind of wanted to remove as much of that as possible, like, because that is just going to take time. And one of the ways that you can always exchange dice rolls for cards. So if I would be rolling a d20, if I have 20 cards shuffled and I draw one, that's the same effect to some extent. But it has a more streamlined mechanic to it, which is good when we have multiple mechanics that we're going to be running through. Because if I'm just constantly rolling dice and looking, and then constantly rolling dice and looking, it's going to be more wear and tear on me. So I'm not going to be as excited to tell the story, because that is the big part of. And really, I mean, if anything, like what I'm wanting to do with this: one, tell stories. I want to tell stories. Two, play games, because I love Merkborg. I love all the games that I want to play. If I didn't, I wouldn't play them. Three, I want to help out games that need it, and that need more attention to them, because they're fucking rad games. Four, I mean, I want to show people how to use the stuff that they've already bought, that they don't, to show them that they don't need to go out and redo everything again, because I've done that way too many times. And there is a very real fear of being an old man dying with a basement of unfinished shit. Like, that is a fear that all of you should have, or woman or person, anything. If you are a person, you should have a fear, and you're in our hobby, of dying with your shit unfinished. I think that's a very good fear to have. It's a safe fear. It's why I have the hoard that I do. Like, I have the model kits, all the models, the hundreds of models that I got for dollars, like for $1. Like, it wasn't hundreds, it was closer to, I think, 80 something. Like, I spent like $80 and I got 80 something kits, varying in price from $25 kits to hundreds. I mean, one of those was the original C-3PO and R2-D2. And again, it's just like they were at a yard sale. But that was somebody's hoard. Like, somebody had intentions to either keep all that, and see, I say that they were going to display it. I don't think they were going to display it. I think it was literally just a model collector, because so many of them were put together, some and then put back in the box, that kind of stuff. But then there was a lot of really nice collector stuff. But then also just really nice stuff, not collector stuff. So what I'm saying is, it's very, 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 very easy to not deal with the shit that we have already purchased, and to keep sliding in, because that's absolutely, it feels better. You get the dopamine release after you you spend the money. You're like, oh man, I got that new thing. And it's just like, does it do what you need though? But yeah, I am very, after talking about it now, very firm. I think I need to utilize all these Dark Souls miniatures, because I paid a good amount of money for them. I did not do them at Kickstarter. I got them on clearance. I'm a clearance boy. I love clearance. If something goes on sale cheap enough, I can always. You're not my real dad. Man, I'm not anyone's, except for my fur babies. Sadly, my little fur babies. Not sadly. I'm not wanting to be a father, parental father, literal father. Distracted, tired. Coffee. It is 7:45. I've been streaming for 51 minutes. Have I really? 7:52. Huh. I got a notification over here. I'm sorry. So I'm going to get better at all this shit. I know I've been saying that for months. Oh shit. A new subscriber severed. Oh yeah. That's another thing I started to do. I started working on talking to people that I need to talk to. About these things. I'll go ahead and say it. So I'm going to do the solo play of Merkborg, which with that, I also want to make sure that I specify I don't want to just play a dungeon that like everyone else has done. I want to make sure that like I provide something new. So no matter what, if you play Merkborg, hey, you've not seen this dungeon before. Um, and that's something like I really want to do. Like the more I've thought about it, it's like I love doing that kind of stuff. It's very fun, and I know people like that. That's something I could very regularly do. What the goal is to slowly introduce games that I love over time and show how they are played. That is what I'm wanting to do with this whole thing. And the first one is Merkborg, and the second one will be 1490 Doom. To utter transparency, I have not played 1490 Doom yet. I've put a lot of effort into. How do you know I haven't seen it in my mind's eye, in my waking dreams? That is very true. That is very true. No, I believe it. In my mind's eye, in the waking world. It could be. It could be. Shit. What was I gonna say? I don't know. So yeah, 1490 Doom. Oh, after 1490 Doom, I have not played 1490 Doom yet. However, I have thoroughly eaten up all the rules. I have watched multiple, Let's Plays. I've really deep dove into the game, and it's great. I like what I've seen. I've only been told from people who've played it that it's as amazing as I imagined it is. So that was kind of, well, I mean, the main thing was it was a very small board. If I had known Necropolis was smaller at the time, I might have jumped on that first. That's not a dab at Pure Games. It's just probably less work because it's a smaller board. But Necropolis is on the list as well. But yeah, so Dark Souls is right, or not Dark Souls. Merkborg, 1490 Doom, and then after that, it's probably going to be Flames of Orion, and then Necropolis. However, when I say Merkborg, I don't just mean me, Merkborg. I have a lot of friends that have played in my groups over the years, and I have got 3 people, Kelly and Sam, and then my friend Doug. I think will be my gaming group that I want to show games with, because I think that the 3 of them have a very good dynamic, and Doug does not like horror. He's afraid of everything. He doesn't like anything I show him. He says, "No, I hate that. Oh, it's awful. It's gonna give me nightmares." So I'm really excited to have Doug. Doug plays D&D. He's not played any of he's not done any grim darking. But Doug grew up with me. He's one of the delinquents that would hang out with me at old train stations, doing hood rat shit. He's one of my hood rat friends. So he can hang, but he doesn't like spooky. He doesn't like a spoopy at all, and I'm really excited. I think he does know that I only do spoopy, and he's still down, which is good. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I'm really excited to run through games of Merkborg with that group as well, because it's a very different game, solo versus with people. Yeah, just that. Just the closer we get to being done and actually able to start broadcasting and showing some stuff, the more I'm just getting excited. And really happy with what we got going. So I think I'm probably going to cut it there, just because I am kind of tired and I got an hour to get ready and then head to the doctor. But thank you all so much for your time. I appreciate it so much. I'm really trying to get more regimented in this. For a very long time, I've been kind of just going with the flow and just doing whatever I want to do. But now we're getting down to towards the bit where it's okay, we're almost at the end of July. August is the month where the Grimdark Distillery is really going hard. The Ductor. The Ductor. Ductor's good? Hell yeah, ducks. Hell yeah. Did I say something about ducks? I think I probably did. I probably did. Man. Oh yeah, no, I gotta go to the doctor. Yes, I have to go to the doctor. Ducks. Hell yeah, ducks. No, okay, I remember now. Blah, my brain. I'm so not here today. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Listening to me babble and show off my things. Go out there and get your goals, achieve your dreams. No, for real though. I don't mean that like achieve your dreams. Like, yeah, do what makes you happy. Thank you so much for your time. I will gaslight you into thinking you did for sure. Possum, at this point, I can't stress enough. I'm so afraid of being gaslit into, did I say that? Or like, oh yeah, you know, you did this, or it's a cult. Like I've accepted it. This is the life, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I've had this coming. Gaslight me. All right. Thank you all so much. Sit pretty. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Yeah, have a good one. Thank you. Thank you for your time.